Today we're going to review top 5 films of personal enjoyment that that might not be the best films that are top 100 in the world, but for you and I. And so we'll go from fifth top best films, and we'll start fifth, and we'll bounce across each other's lists. And so, would you like to go first?
Sure. I'm fifth on my list. I have Across the Spider-Verse, which I actually only recently watched, like I think this year, because I didn't go see it and watch it in the cinema, and I didn't want to watch it. I wanted to wait for it to be on like a streaming site or something I could watch it on a TV, because I thought it's the kind of film you need to watch on a big screen. But yeah, really loved it. Thought it was better than the first one. It's not really usually my kind of thing, but
It's a unique animation style, isn't it? It's very
it's like proper like comic books kind of thing, and yeah, it was all about the ending for me. Like the whole like kind of third act in the film was just like, it was brilliant. Yeah, amazing, great film.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, yeah. It's interesting you've got an animated one on there. I've not got an animated on my top five.
I've
And
got
so,
another one on there as well.
oh, double down. Okay, fair enough. My fifth favorite film ever is Hidden Figures, and it's about the
Oh
women.
yeah,
It's about the
good
women.
film, good
Great
film.
film. It's about the women,
Yeah,
who did all the maths for the first moon landing and stuff. And great film, great acting, really well done. And so, bit of a different one, but I enjoy it nonetheless. It's just very gripping, and it's got quite a big cast. To be fair,
yeah,
it's
really
got
good cast. Kevin Costner, Glenn Powell.
yeah.
Um, should know the main woman's name. But
Um, I cannot. I know
yeah,
it's
I can't think of it.
Henson is her surname, but I don't know her first name. But she's
Yeah,
quite big in other
begins with
stuff.
T. I know it begins with T. That's well.
Yeah, but yeah, really good film, and just obviously it's about space, and I'm a bit, I like my space and
Yeah.
stuff, and so it was just a very good film, and very nice message behind it as well. And but yeah,
Yeah.
your fourth.
My fourth, you can laugh at this one, is The Greatest Showman. That's the one I said. I thought you wouldn't. You'd be surprised by it.
Am I? I don't
It's,
know. Am I surprised? I don't know. It's a very popular film, and I can see why. I've watched it a number of times, but
I never watched it. Again, this is not a film I watched in the cinema or anything like that. I didn't watch it for years, and then Lydia basically showed me it, and yeah, just absolutely loved it. Like,
I think I have. I
the
think I have
music's
the
obviously
musical
amazing.
tune on it on vinyl. Actually, to be fair, for someone so I get it. Yeah, I think I got it for Lorian.
Yeah, love the music. Like
Yeah,
always, this is just it's probably the only. No, there's other musicals I like, but that's probably the best one in terms of music and stuff for me.
yeah. But it's got Hugh Jackman and
Zac Efron, yeah,
Zac
yeah,
Efron. Yeah, and they're a good combo. They're a good combo. Very. It's got the lightheartedness, got the drama, got all the twists and turns in a good
yeah. It's got a
film.
bit of everything. You got Zendaya in there as well, so yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Was that her big first film or no?
Mm, no, I think she had.
Was she already
I
in
think
Spider Man?
she was already in Spider Man by that. I think Homecoming came out before that. I'm not. I think anyway, but
Yeah.
she was kind of coming into her own at that point, and then I think yeah, this was probably the biggest thing she'd done, probably. But in
Apart from
terms of,
Surely
but,
apart from Spider Man.
but obviously in Spider Man, obviously she's not exactly the main
Yeah,
character.
I get that. Yeah. Okay. Well,
In
my
the first
fourth.
one, she's not really a main character in the first one either.
Yeah, I'm intrigued to hear what you think about this one. So my fourth favorite film is Fight Club.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
really love it. Really love it. It's such a clever film, and I watched it with Lauren. She's never seen it. We watched it the first time this year, and she spotted the. Obviously, have you seen the film? Like the plot
yeah, no,
twist and stuff. She spotted it before it even happened, and I was like, "Wow, that's pretty good." I remember watching it in philosophy at like A level, and just being like, "This is such a clever film, and it's a thought provoking one." But obviously, again, stud lineup and stuff, and it's a thought provoking one, which I quite enjoyed. But it's
it's it's a good film, classic film. Like everyone kind of like, it's one of those films you look back on, and you think like it's just a really
yeah.
good film.
But when someone
Solid.
says they've not watched it, that's a surprise to me because Fight
Mm.
Club is like, oh, no one talks. You don't talk about Fight Club, and it's just such a known joke between people, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah,
Really? Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. Fair enough. Okay. We've got very different films, but
yeah.
quite
Very
different ones.
different films so far.
Third place. What are you going for third?
So my third is Return of the King, Lord of the Rings, Return of the King.
Okay.
Just and like I heard this was hard for me anyway, but it's just such a iconic film, and obviously the Lord of the Rings trilogies are amazing. I kind of go back and forth. Like I like the second one and the third one. I could like kind of intertwine, but I think the third one just pipped it for me.
Okay, that's interesting. That's interesting for me because you've now gone towards like more fantasy or classic fantasy. Let's put it that way. And
Mm.
my third favorite film is Star Wars Episode Two: Attack of the Clones. And so
Wait,
for
Attack of the Clones. I thought you were going to say Empire Strikes
no,
Back. Then.
I'm much more of a prequel sort of guy, and so which probably
Okay,
get some hate.
interesting.
But yeah,
Yeah, I
it's
was
it's
going to
just because
say not
I'm a
really the strongest one.
yeah, well, I'm a big fan of the lightsabers that are there. Like I like to see all the lightsabers. I like to see the clones. It was very interesting to see like the galactic politics and stuff. And you know, it was some questionable acting, but it set up a franchise of the Clone Wars. The TV show became a thing because of it, and I do appreciate the originals, but the prequel for me are just I like Count Dooku. I like seeing Obi-Wan and Mace Windu, and just
Yeah.
having all those other key characters was just
To be
very
fair, the
cool.
whole battle scene in the at
And
the end is like
Geonosis,
with all
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
Jedi's. That's pretty sick.
vibes. So
Yeah,
for me,
that's
but
pretty good.
I knew you'd pick up on that, and it's funny that you've gone for Lord of the Rings and you've chosen the first one because again, lots of people will be like, "Oh, you always got to pick the one that set it up." But yeah, great stuff, great stuff. All right, second place.
This one's my animated one. Is this How to Train Your Dragon?
I remember you saying it before that you quite liked that. Yeah, okay. I'm really surprised. Like, they're good
Yeah, I
films.
told you you wouldn't. I told you it'd be interesting. But yeah, that's like this is like we've got like a little toothless lid. We got one for Lydia way back, but yeah, obviously toothless hiccup asterisk. Love the whole trilogy. Probably one of the best animated trilogies there is. And
You
yeah,
looking forward to the live action?
yes and no, because like obviously with live action, you kind of always got to go into it with an open mind. Like it's hard. This is the thing because with something like this live action, like this is like dragons. So
Hmm.
like live action dragons are usually not how they look in these films.
Yeah,
You get me
and
like usually like the traditional dragon,
yeah,
like in House of Dragon, whatever. And obviously these dragons in How to Train Your Dragon are very different. So
very
how
different.
how are you gonna like bring that into live action without it looking like they're fake sort of thing?
I think they'll make them look too normal, like normal. They'll make them look too much like House of Dragons, which will
Yeah, like
just
how you
cause
like
a few
actually
issues.
think dragons look sort of thing, whereas it shouldn't look like that. So yeah, like obviously like live action, some are good, some are bad. So I don't really
Mm.
think they needed to do it. I think like the trilogy was fine as it
Yeah,
is. Like you could just leave that as a brilliant trilogy. Everyone loves it.
yeah.
But
I think we discussed it in a previous episode that we said everything's being made into live action, and it's just doesn't need to be. Some stuff,
yeah,
animation's just
I'm
fine.
not sure. Some of the stuff just you can just leave like they're perfect as they are. So we don't need all these sequels, live actions. Like you can make new stuff. You don't
Yeah,
always have to do a sequel to stuff.
yeah. And so my very different on my second places. My second favorite film ever is Catch Me If You Can. So
Oh
it's
yeah,
yeah,
Tom Hanks and
yeah,
Leah, yeah, young
great
Leah
film.
as well.
Love it. Yeah,
Um,
it's a really good one. For me, it's like obviously it's still the illusion of someone can pull off all those like individual lives, but I think it's very embellished from the truth. I think the guy is just a
oh
con
yeah,
artist that
I mean,
never pulled it off, but
obviously Hollywood and
sold the story. But great film, and one of my
yeah,
favorite scenes is like one of the classic ones is where he finally catches him for the first time, and he like pretends to be like CIA or ATF or something like that, and like
oh
he
yeah,
says, "Oh,
he's like
here's my
he's
badge," and
already
he
there. Like yeah,
yeah, a great part of the film, great thing. But that's probably like I'm not someone who once I watch a film, like I've got a pace for it, and very rarely watch another film again. But that is one that I could just watch. Always watch it on a plane as well. It's always on airlines, and I always
okay,
try and
yeah,
watch it. It's always a good one.
yeah,
All right,
it's good
ready?
film.
Gold place, number one, top of the podium.
So my number one is Gladiator, Ridley Scott, 2000.
Yeah.
Like that kind of film is the kind of films that I love.
Hmm.
Like the kind of old school medieval epics, like Gladiator, um, the Kingdom of Heaven,
Kingdom of Heaven,
um,
great film, great
King
film.
Arthur, Last Samurai, all those kind of massive epics that are like big, like medieval war kind of films.
Mm.
Just my kind of films. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised The Last Samurai wasn't on your list because I know I've heard you mention that film before.
That's on the honourable mentions. To be fair, I've got
Okay.
honourable mentions,
Okay.
but yeah, that Gladiator. I feel like Gladiator is the best one out of those that genre of films.
Mm.
It was my favorite anyway.
Well,
But
it's having another it's having a
yeah,
two
obviously they're
after all
doing
this time.
the
So
sequel. To be fair with that one, I know I just said like not everything needs a sequel, and I did think that Gladiator didn't need a sequel,
mm.
but from what you see from the trailers and Paul Mescal, Pedro Pascal, Denzel, it does look very good. So
Yeah,
I'm hoping they do it justice. I don't think Ridley Scott's had a great couple last films. Like he did Napoleon, which was great.
yeah,
So hopefully he does it justice. Obviously he's not going to have Russell Crowe because he's really old, all that stuff, and he didn't want
yeah.
to come back. So
It's
yeah,
a dangerous game to relaunch a franchise with new people. It's like especially if it's, but it's not trying to reboot a film. It's trying to add to the franchise. So maybe it's not going to
mhm.
be as difficult. Fair enough. No, I think that's a very contrasting list of like sort of interests, I
Yeah,
guess. But
it's a mix. I've got a mix in there.
yeah, yours is very mixed. And animation, that's the one I always thought about. Think about putting some animated films on there, but they're not. They're just not there for me yet. And I do like if we went to TV shows, animation for me probably would be quite like higher
Oh yeah.
than live action.